Generals, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RFlan 46 League of Legends tournament hosted by your illustrious hosts, the Generals Gentlemen, which being myself, Onage Machine.
Myself, Archon Hawk.
Oh, and also me, Squizma from Qdale.
Yeah, it's kind of like the adopted child, like, the parents, they don't really love him as much, so, yeah. Anyway, so, as for this matchup here, this is in the Pro League, so these are some very, very top-tier teams. On the blue team, on the left-hand side, we have Leftovers. So we do have Uzumi as the Dr. Mundo, Montreal as the Caitlyn, Mr. Benz as the Sona, Loki as the Gragas, and lastly Mayushi as our jungling Amumu.
With a nice little Christmas box on his head. On the right-hand side, our red team, Celly and the Steeds. We have Celly Berry as the Vi, Rusty Spork as Lucian, Rigged as our Rigged as our Nami, Limey as the Shyvana, Limey or something like that.
It's an
R.
Rimey.
Yeah, Rimey.
But it's like pronounced like lime?
Apparently.
Really?
So we've been
What?
told by in chat.
No, I
It's weird.
refuse.
As Shyvana and
Make them
a
mad.
psychologist in the mid lane as our Steeds.
It's kind of hard for us to, like, constantly, like, say things on the fly, and if you have to think about the names,
Okay.
it makes it a little bit hard
Rimey
sometimes.
it is then, Rimey.
I mean, I'm pretty hypocritical. Like, I'm incredibly hypocritical. Only to machine with a P. So, I admit that I'm a bit of a scumbag in that regard. But look,
Get 'em.
oh, I do indeed. Wow, thank you, Mr. Swizma. I will
welcome.
adjust the scoreboard.
So yeah, getting the ghost and teleport on Mundo there is Uzumi. He'll be probably getting the chasers down pretty much from the ghost. But the teleport just so he stays in that top lane, probably do some split pushing and come back to his team to get objectives or to help protect it or even just win the team fight. I like the teleport. There's a lot more like versatility compared to what the red team has got with their summer spells.
Yeah, so we've got Rimey, sorry, not Rimey, of course, Celly Berry up the top, starting on the red buff, whereas we will see Mayushi going for that blue.
Yeah, it's actually not often, not that rare that you see like the enemy team try and invade on the blue of a jungling Amumu, because Amumu is like so mana dependent. If you take down his blue, he's gonna have a really hard time jungling up and getting those camps.
Yeah, we'll completely suck for him. Getting a bit of poke down is Mr. Benz in that bottom lane, fighting it off with the Rigged.
Yeah, getting that ward actually taken out. So good work for Celly and the Steeds. Man, that was a crazy Celly and the Steeds.
Yeah.
Celly and Steeds, fair enough there. So Gragas and a Ziggs. I mean, what do you think of that lane matchup?
I think it'll be quite slow at first. Gragas really needs...
Ooh, Mr. Ben's getting caught. Look at the damage here from Lucian, having to burn the flash, but Montreal did a good job of actually returning the pain onto a Rusty Spork.
Yeah, really should have stayed at a longer range than that. Does not want to get caught up with the Aqua Prism. Should be fine as long as she's within XP range. Might as well just let Montreal farm.
Yeah, definitely Montreal is showing her dominance as Caitlyn having that 700 range advantage. Oh, it dropped so low.
What? She gets the first blood, the barrier, keeping that one around. Rigged actually getting caught by the exhaust. Can they get a kill here? The net didn't quite connect. Mr. Benz doesn't have the damage to pick that one up, but that is a 1-0 lead there for Leftovers.
That's fantastic. I think Mr. Bonds manages to land the Hymn of Valor, I believe, and then landed the power chord after that for the extra damage. Followed up by an auto attack. I'm glad that the pivotal Peacemaker actually landed from Montreal, wasn't actually interrupted by the Aqua Prism. So yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
So yeah, in the mid lane, as I was saying before, Gragas can either just throw out his Q and step away and stop all the poke which a psychologist can do to him by throwing those bouncing bombs or throwing down the minefield or even having the satchel charge to kind of like keep him away. But his caskets which he throws out just so devastating.
I guess they have a longer cooldown compared to the bouncing bombs of Ziggs, but actually looks as though we have a jungle invade from Celly Berry. Gonna go gank Loki by the looks of it here. No satchel bomb or anything, no, but Celly going with the red buff didn't quite find his mark there, so nice avoiding from Loki, didn't get caught by that gank.
There's a premature satchel bomb there from coming out from a psychologist, so that was unfortunate there. That'd been really bad.
So what do you think about that top lane there? Isn't he going to have a good time against Rimey? Because it sure doesn't look like it.
I think pre-level 6, he's going to have a rough time without his regen, and that's probably, he's just going to farm and play safe and just probably not get poked. If he ever gets hit by the Dragon Breath of Shyvana and goes in with a double strike of Shyvana, Dr. Mundo will lose out in that trade every single time.
Yeah,
It
Burnout seems to be chunking through him as well.
Yeah, Burnout's just such easy harassment because you can get Burnout. Well, actually, another Acro Prism, Mr. Benz, look at the harassment he's getting taken, but every time that happens, Montreal just turns it around. Montreal's like, you're going to harass my Sona? That's fine. I'll just rip through your Lucian, and it seems to be working quite well because of the heals that Sona actually has. Sona is actually leveling up the heals, the area prism, so she isn't going for that extra damage on him and Valor. She just wants to get the sustain so they can just really sort of bully the lane.
If she actually gets the 3 procs of the heal off with her power chords, it actually weakens the amount of damage which Lucian can deal out, debuffing him and making Montreal always win the trades, plus all the heals and extra resistance which she'll gain from that. And getting absolutely zoned there, Psychologist ripping up Lockie in the mid lane.
Pretty damn low. Mr. Benz get caught once again, but Celly Bear's here for the gank now. Mr. Benz will get taken out there by Rusty Spock. Montreal will be alive for this one here, but that was a nice gank. I didn't see that one coming.
Went straight into the rush there through the lane and just vaulted into...
Oh, she's not done just yet, going for gank number 2 here. But, yep, not quite overextending too much there. I think she's kind of relying on Montreal being a little bit too far forward to getting caught by that. But look at the damage here from Rusty Spork here. Oh, look at that. Nice gank. Picks up the kill. So, looking pretty well now, actually, for Celly and the Steels here, getting 2 ganks off.
Yeah, only just landing that bulk breaker down the bottom. Pretty, very, very clutch moves. In fact, just getting within range. I would have thought the 90 caliber net'd get away from that, but no, just landed her right into it, ran her right into it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Really coming back in the lane with the Candle Gem.
I got you back.
Thank you, man. And with that extra health and extra cooldown reduction. Whoa, that was a nice satchel charge from Psychologist. See what I was saying about the auto attacks? They're really powerful.
They both have level 6, but they're out of mana, so no one's going to be trading the ults in that mid lane for now until they go back to base and get that back, which also Lockie is actually doing just now.
Oh. Yes, Wise, I have to say, it's pretty even across the board. Miyoshi is slightly ahead, been farming a little more than his counterpart, Celly Berry, on the buy.
Yeah, but Celly Berry actually may go for a gank once again. She loves checking that brush with the scrying orb. And it's a good idea, or sweeping lens rather, because it means that she knows if she's actually revealed or not. It does kind of give it away. So in the bottom lane though, looks as though we may see a gank from Celly Ben. Not going to go for the mid lane instead. Mr. Ben's going for a ward, almost getting caught there. That could have been really bad if she got caught by Celly Bear as she was actually warding in that bottom lane here. But for now, Celly Berry is actually going to be recalling. Oh no.
Going to start the recall at least away from that. He's still level 5, I believe, so no assault and battery available. Yeah, Montreal gets caught.
There we go. Actually jumping, doesn't have the climb, it won't even need it. Montreal just getting absolutely blasted down and trying to go for Mr. Benz as well, but I don't think they can actually catch her just yet. Acro Prism should be back pretty soon, but yeah, not in time.
Yeah, just getting a better poke off with that ebb and flow, but nice gank coming out down the bottom lane.
Sport came back in lane with just a fade. He can just keep that gap distance. If he gets that 1 AA, he can keep up with the distance which Caitlyn has with that 700 range. So that will come a lot in handy. Also building towards his Trinity Force and a little bit more sustain. So that'd be nice coming out. Also give him a slow attack damage, but less of a ramp up. Double Doran's Blade coming out for Montreal. Just probably get more sustain, a little bit more from AAs, and
just generally wants to stay alive in that lane, I think, more than anything else. It really sucks because I really don't see... She shouldn't be getting caught out by the Aqua Prisms as much as she is. She has that 90 caliber net available. You would think she would have a bit more, a bit more lane awareness to be able to back off and dodge those Aqua Prisms. She's getting caught quite hard. I mean, it does have a lot of range, to be fair.
Yeah, sure does, and these supports going to hit 6 very, very soon, and when they do, we may see some engagements here with the Tidal Wave and the Crescendo, as Mayushi's going for a gank, is caught by a ward though, so the red team in the bottom lane going to back off for now, won't get caught just yet, and likewise in the top lane, they also have their ult too. They may actually pop it right here and now. Uzumi is caught by the Ignite. Sadism isn't ticking for as much as it should. Flame Breath may pick this one up here if Rami can actually land the Flame Breath. He does, but not in time. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, looks as though there wasn't any action just there, but Celly Berry is sort of hanging around the lane, gets caught by the ward though, so Uzumi knows what's up and may want to run the hell out of that lane.
I'd say he would want to back off right now.
Aqua Prism, a Tidal Wave as well going in. Yes, the knock up, but the minions were in the way and took all of the culling. so Sona wouldn't have taken out during that engagement.
Let's see, Celly Berry going to go for the blue buff, but she is caught out on a ward. Wants to see what actually happens here. She is going to be coming in.
Does have the curse as well, misses the bandage toss though, but Lockie is there as well as Uzumi, so they may catch her down for now, but looks like they will disengage and just get the blue, play it safe there. I didn't quite like the try and invade because, as I said, Mumu is a really mana-intensive champion.
No, it definitely is, especially with the tiers and even the bonus. Celly Berry actually catches out Lockie a little bit, but body slams out a little.
Yes, they have blue to Gragas, of course, but yeah, so Lockie's pretty low, so they may be able to force him out of the lane to push it down. Montreal, though, needs the tier 2 boots, gets caught. I was going to say he needs boots, but he already has tier 1 boots, so he's not that fast. He just keeps getting caught.
Just on the edge there.
And interesting pickup from Limey at the top, going for the build toward a Cutlass. Interesting. What do you think of that?
I definitely think it's a play the wrong king rush. Look at Dr. Uzume. He's got straight health and going straight all that health he's getting. So a play the wrong king will definitely come a lot handy.
Yeah, especially against the Dr. Mundo. It would be a nice pickup. Not something you see all the time, but really, really nice counter building, which is something you don't always see. You always see people just going for their standard builds, but it's nice to see that people can counter build.
Cape,
yeah.
Spirit Visage.
Mayushi and Celly Berry may battle it out. Here, Psychologist is moving in, but so is Lockie. Does have the curse available. Not backed off for now. That being said, Uzume does actually have the Negatron cloak for that magic resist, giving him a lot less damage from the burnout, which I'm pretty sure is actually magic damage. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
But the rest of the abilities, are they magic damage or are they physical?
I believe the flame is magical. And the proc of it is also magical as well.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, her main damage outsource will be magical, and when she finishes the Blade of the Wrong King, that will also be magical damages upon each auto attack as well. Plus the Blade of the Wrong, Blade of the Wrong King's active is also magic damage. So it's very helpful for some support fights here now.
Gotta say, Rigid is absolutely nuts at landing these. Oh, that's a nice flash crescendo, as well as the curse if he needs to. Tidal Wave knocked them both up, lands the curse. Ace will pick that one up there. Yeah, there was the crescendo followed by the flash bandage toss.
Yeah, it was nice and pretty good idea to try and secure that kill. Even though 2 ults were burned, it's good to catch Rigid out. And Uzume, you're not having the best time in that lane, are you, buddy?
Even
forcing us down.
Even with a Negatron cloak, he's still getting harassed so far back.
It's not too bad. What thing he has to do, he has to really risk his health bar to fight in the minion wave. I think that's why Raimi's going for that Bloodthirster. Play the Wrong King so early to actually make his trades way more beneficial, because he is at the minion wave so much and risking his health bar.
Celly Berry back into the lane now. Montreal still only has tier 1 boots, so you gotta be careful because the Acro Prisms and the CC of Vi can really lock you down pretty damn hard, especially because Caitlyn doesn't have the best of escapes. I mean, she has the net, but that's not really a huge deal. And the snap traps, you can avoid them pretty easily. It's not like someone like Lucian that has that relentless pursuit to just escape really well.
Yeah, in the mid lane, we do have a slight CS advantage leading over to our Psychologist. Both are going for that Chalice of Harmony, which is a nice pickup, very, very standard on a Gragas and Ziggs, very, very mana-intensive champions, as well as going for an Aptome and boots onto our Gragas Lockie.
Yeah, they're constantly running out of mana. They're just harassing each other so much, throwing their items, their abilities all over the place. So getting the Chalice is fantastic, so they can keep spamming their abilities, get the extra mana magic resist as well, so they can sort of survive those harassments a bit better.
I have to say, this game is just so even so far. Only 2 to 3 kills, a slight lead over on the side of the red team. Celly Berry though.
Yes, Celly and the Steeds. Nami, it looks like she's going straight for that Talisman of Sentience, which is the new Rylays in the moment, giving that crazy movement speed and catching ability, which Lucian has.
Shirelles?
Yeah, the new Shirelles, the Talismans of Ascension. But I'm sort of noticing, but they have quite a chase kind of comp with the Celly Berry on the high and a Rusty Spork, and with the Nami, so it's quite movement speed intensive.
Lockie almost getting ganked, but did disengage for now. Celly Berry has a lot of sort of CC, but she really needs someone else to really do the damage. I don't think she can kill someone by herself. Rusty Spork trying to do some bit of harassment here into Montreal. Doesn't quite have her Sona in lane for now, but Celly Berry moving and actually not going for Dragon. Wow, that's a risky move there, as we do see a dive in the mid lane. A Psychologist getting pretty low there from Mayushi.
And I think Celly Berry probably going to secure this Dragon, but no, the rest of Celly and the Steeds have walked through wards on their way to the Dragon.
We have Crescendo and Curse available. Major gets caught though, but the Banish Toss landed. The Curse didn't quite get by though, but Blue actually stole the Dragon, and now Riz getting taken out here. Rusty Spork, not looking too good, does have the exhaust, so the culling basically did nothing.
Oh, Mr. Benz unfortunately picking up the kill. Celly is going to back off. I think we'll manage to run away from that one, but I think it's going to allow our Leftovers to push down this mid lane turret.
Yeah.
And wow, that was not a good idea from Celly and the Steeds. I think we could have seen a solo out from Celly's Vi onto the Dragon. Did get out of the way. Exalt coming in though, getting a bit of damage.
It was just so risky because like everyone was there. There was the mid lane and both the bottom lanes, but actually while going in, may catch Mayushi down and up, jumps away. Yeah, like you typically only really go for Dragon when like you've got a kill on a lane, and it was kind of like the opposite really, because we almost saw Ziggs get taken out. He had to back off, so it just really wasn't a good pull.
And as he Uzume, he teleported down into the fray, trying to give as much support as he can, but unfortunately it wasn't really needed too much. Like he did help out and CC Lucian as he ran away, Rusty Spork as he ran away, but at the meantime he left Raimi up top and just pushed the lane and got the turret and sort of balanced out that gold a little bit more from Dragon for a turret. So, and looks like Red's going to claim themselves another turret.
Yeah, really good point. And yeah, again, pushing into the mid lane, they've just got better timing, Celly and the Steeds. We saw Leftovers try and push that mid lane, but they just took too much damage, had to back off, and that allowed Celly and the Steeds to just secure the mid lane turret. So there's 2 turrets, 2-0 in favour of Celly and the Steeds.
Yeah, that mid one won't last much longer though. It's pretty damn low. Yeah, had it not been for the ultimate, because it just clears out the minions, so they can't push when there's no minions left. But Mendes actually may get dived here onto the tower. The culling, I think, is on cooldown. Yeah, just coming back off now, but he might not even pop it anyway. It's kind of risky under tower, because you can dodge it fairly easily if you...
Lucian's even pop it just to push him out of wave, like, oh, you're on half health, well, you're not going to fight me from quarter now since I've just used the culling. Oh, you're behind minion wave, it's cool, does about 300% extra damage to him. But yeah, Shyvana coming back in the lane with her Blade of the Ruin King and Spirit Visage coming out in Dr. Mundo, so he's going to be pretty much ungankable, unkillable. He'll be regenerating a lot of health back, more health every time he lands a Q, which actually gives him some back. Every time he uses his sadism, he'll be gaining a crazy amount from his health bar. I'm not sure if he picked up the mastery in the new trees at the moment, which actually get a lot more health regen from just regen, like lifesteal, anything really. So that really is very powerful in regen champions at the moment. And yeah, I don't think we had touched on both mid lane as having a theme to look at.
Oh, actually, look at that dash there, getting caught by the Assault and Battery, and surely the Acropos, if she can actually land it, but look at the Flash Crescendo and the Curse as well. Celly Berry actually going back into Mayushi, leaving Montreal in the back line to do some damage, but the culling from Rusty Spork isn't going to be too effective because of the armor on Mayushi, but Montreal gets caught, has to burn the Flash here. Celly Berry wants to get the Vault Breaker onto Montreal. Montreal with the red buff can slow them down. Lockie on the back lines, coming in with the barrel toss. Where's he going to land it here? Mr. Benz is at full health, gets the damage reduction onto Rusty Spork here. Lockie still has explosive cast, but he's waiting for the perfect moment to use it.
I think we're going to have to see both teams back off until the Leftovers cannot engage. They're just not going to get enough damage down. Lockie will stick around in that bottom lane. Hopefully they'll be able to hold the tower.
Whoa, in the top lane actually, Raimi just completely obliterated Uzumi.
Yeah, I wish we saw that. That would have been pretty intense. That Blade of the Ruin King clearly being so much beneficial against that huge health bar of Mundo there. Uzume unfortunately get taken out.
They may go to dive this actually. It's only a 3v4 at this stage, and Montreal is so low. Celly Berry's trying to dive here, but playing a risky game as none of the ults are really available for the red team here, Celly and the Steeds. And Mr. Benz, though, gets caught by the Acro Prism. Not going to go for it, though. Minefield is there as well, but look, there is Explosive Cask, actually. A Rusty Spork almost gets taken out. Backs away for now.
Almost, Lockie almost landing the barrel, and we can see another Exalt come in.
That's a short cooldown without a Fiends, I guess. He might have some cooldown reduction runes or something, but that's a 68-second Ultra Mega Inferno Bomb.
That's it, isn't it? I always forget because it's so ridiculous. It's just like, picked a few words out of the dictionary that sounded cool and then just jammed them together.
Not quite.
Super Mega Death Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the worst.
Another nice example.
Ah, jinx. Anyway, Lockie farming that entire way. Ooh, Psychologist coming real close there. Unfortunately, didn't pay out for him.
Yeah, playing around with Lockie a bit.
Everyone backing off. Red team's clearly disengaging from that. They didn't get that turret. They're all quite low, and they need to buy some items. They got a couple of kills on the board. They got some gold, and it's quite even on gold now. Everyone's all equal par.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised no one died during that engagement. I'm kind of surprised, like, Celly Berry just sort of disengaged off of Montreal and actually tried to go for for Mumu. And actually, whoa, flashing into the explosive cast. Didn't quite get the kill though, and that will backfire completely. Rusty Tidal Wave may be the kill. No, Rusty Sport picks that one up. Mr. Ben's getting caught by the Acro Prism, but gets the crescendo actually. This may turn around here. Riga gets the kill onto Mr. Benz as they do flash out of that one.
I think Miyoshi actually hit a minion with that bandage toss. That's why he's a little tiny jump. Otherwise, that could have definitely been a kill there.
But now Celly Berry and Uzumi will battle it out here, but they're just so tanky. Won't really go either way here. Uzumi can keep throwing cleavers all day though and just do so much easy harassment. And I don't think Celly Berry can really do much in return. So tanky, but there goes Mayushi with the curse. And Acro Prism knocks up Montreal though. Rusty Sport dashes in, but doesn't get the kill in the end. Now Riga's on the run for her life. Can she get out of this one? Doesn't look like she can. Mayushi, nope, actually will get out of that one. Piltover almost gets the kill, but backs off for now. But meanwhile, Raimi going balls deep under this inner turret.
Raimi does not care. She is almost 30 CS above now. Uzumi just does not want to get a lane against her. She is just getting absolutely destroyed. Mayushi though, getting caught out by the
these Acro Prisms are amazing here from Rig, and I gotta say, that Inferno Bomb is just so good at preventing those tower pushes. That's the second time they didn't push a tower because of that Inferno Bomb clearing those minions.
Yeah, really, really effective use of the minion clear, but not only the minion clear, also the damage that it actually deals to Leftovers. They're taking damage and they're not really sure whether they should stick around because of how low they are. It just does so much great AoE damage. The pick definitely is playing off in that mid lane. 20 CS above, grabbing that needlessly large rod as well as the Athenes.
Yeah, this game is just so close. I mean, look at the gold here. 28.5 against 28.8. This is so close. I think we're going to see all of a sudden one dragon fight. This is going to go absolutely crazy as we are seeing the dragon now live and ready for the taking.
Unfortunately, at the moment, we got Lucian. He has his Trinity Force completely built up, but Caitlyn doesn't even have a full item complete yet. Almost got that.
Here we go. This may be the dragon fight. We're looking for a red team in a pretty good position. Actually, the culling for the dragon and not for the team fight. Teleport is coming in. Red team gets the dragon, but will they get the ace here? We don't see the curse just yet. Mr. Benz gets taken out. No crescendo, and now there is the explosive cast there, but blue team definitely getting the short straw of that engagement as Celly Bailey's going back into Montreal. There is the Mega Bomb doing a lot of damage actually. Blue team not looking too good right now. Mayushi running for his life here. Has to flash for that one. Montreal in the back lines trying to net and slow them down. Raimi gets the kill with a flame breath, but meanwhile Uzumi balling hard here, still alive in this engagement. We'll back off for now.
That was absolutely terrible for Leftovers. Crescendo wasn't used. Curse wasn't used because it was on cooldown. That was not a good engagement. They shouldn't have gone in when Mayushi didn't have the curse available. And the Sona got shut down so fast. Mr. Benz got shut down so fast. She didn't get a chance to use the crescendo. So just absolutely no CC lockdown. The two ults that they really need, they just weren't there.
I think Mayushi was waiting until they were all splashed out, which they weren't really.
Yeah. I was on CD.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Curse was on CD,
the whole time. It just came up then. It's just back now.
Oh well.
Yeah, so Raimi out of control, 3-0, looking very powerful. Shyvana, a very powerful pick in this current season.
These Acro Prisms, my god, has to burn the sadism. Loki gets the mid turret though, but Uzumi is going to regen through everything.
I don't think Rigged's actually missed an Acro Prism. They all seem to be landing. Oh, we get a shutdown here onto Ryan.
Gotta say, yeah, these Acro Prisms are making a huge difference here. And even the Tidal Wave is such a good knock-up in the team. And so Leftovers, they may push this tower down a little bit as looks as though Celly and the Steels are kind of out of position.
Yeah, Celly and the Steels being quite off to the side. Looks like they're going for an engagement under a Rusty Sport.
Bandage toss doesn't quite connect.
Unfortunate there for Mayushi.
But this turret will surely be next unless we see another Mega Inferno Bomb. But meanwhile, there may be a team fight around blue here as Leftovers still have their ults because they didn't use it in that dragon fight. We'll take the blue though for now. And will we see an engagement here from Celly and the Steel? Celly Berry moving in, wants to sort of land the assault and battery if she can find the right target. But on the side, Uzumi pushing up the lane here onto Rusty Spork. So they're sort of now in the lane. The turret got taken out there by minions actually.
It was actually in the end destroyed. Psychologist looking for a bit of harassment through the side there. Red do have a ward down. Celly and the Seeds know what's going on. They want to defend this tower.
It's like the blue team, Leftovers is backing off now. They can't really get much out of it. They better go defend their middle lane, get back to their lanes, buy some items. But Celly and the Steeds storming down mid. They know what's up. They know they've backed off in the mid lane. They're going to throw some pressure into the mid lane right now. When they know 2 or 3 members have backed off. Two members. Oh no, only one now because Sona stopped midway through. So yeah, Celly and the Steeds are just steam train through mid right now.
And there's only 3 of them defending with Embeds moving in. Can they land the curse and the crescendo? That is what it all comes down to if they can get the right angle, the right positioning here. But it looks as though Celly and the Steeds are backing off for now. That top turret is still there for the taking if Leftovers decide to go for that one.
You have to see, this team comp is so reliant on the crescendo and on the curse, on the explosive pass coming out from Lucky Lol. Because, you know, without that, they don't have any CC lockdown, they just can't do anything. Rhymy taking some pretty serious damage from that cleaver.
Uzumi, though, definitely is getting harassed pretty hard there in return. I think they need 2 people to actually take him down. But trying to split push there, can Uzumi actually defend this one? Look at the damage from the minions as well, making a pretty big difference. Having to pop the sadism, I think the Ignite is still on cooldown, so she can have Ignite now to actually go for that afterwards if she wants to. So Uzumi holding the line, but no engagement in the middle.
No, none at all. On the jungles, they don't really have too much of an exciting items. Vi's picked up those mobility boots, so give just a run around the map a bit more, but I think that's a locket of the Iron Solari coming out for items. It just looks very similar. Yeah, and Aegis into locket for Vi. Celly Berry.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, locket build. Yeah,
definitely
going for the
coming out.
build, I would say.
Those turret dives are going to be so much stronger soon, so if you're watching it just dive on the turret, and combined with Rhymy and her just overall tankiness, damage output, that's just going to be so beneficial for Red when they start doing their sieging. So selling the Steeds looking really strong, even though the gold lead is so equal right now. 0.1 of 100 gold difference.
Oh, it's even now. It's just been consistently even throughout the game. So Celly and the Steeds, they're above in kills, but I think the CS is basically what's keeping Leftovers in the game here. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's just incredibly close at the moment. Both teams pushing very, very hard. I think the next team fight is definitely going to show how the mid to late game is going to pan out for Leftovers and Celly and Steeds. We do see Rhymy going to be split pushing like an absolute monster. Going to probably get that bottom tower.
The damage from Montreal is quite nice. Did force her off. Doesn't really have any armor shred though, because I'm pretty sure Rhymy is actually pretty tanky. And not so much in armor, but has a lot of HP.
Just everything tanky. She can fight well. That Sunfire Cape gives so much there's so many good stats you need, especially fighting an ADC, and that turret's going to be taken out by Rhymy easily. Blue team. Caitlyn coming back into the middle.
Has been destroyed.
I reckon Rhymy will stay bottom, in my opinion.
Yeah, really nice pressure. Uzumi going to be pushing up that top tower, probably going to secure it, but at the same time, the explosive, the Mega Inferno Bomb securing the minions, so Uzumi's going to have to take a bit more damage than he wanted to previously.
The Leftovers have to make something happen, or they may just lose. Oh, teleporting actually, nice work. They would have lost that inner turret. It's definitely not what you want to do, is lose those turrets, especially because the mid lane inner turret is pretty low as well, and they're just waiting for a team fight here, as Uzumi and Rhymy may battle it out here, but I think in that engagement, Rhymy is definitely a lot more powerful and can win that duel.
Yeah, they're just waiting for that bandage tossed into the curse. That's what's going to set up the engagement, followed up by the crescendo coming out from Mr. Benz. So we'll have to see. Both teams positioning around. The red buff is now up, so Miyoshi looking for a bit of a fight around it.
And so is the dragon, actually. Celly and the Steeds may just go for this dragon, and Leftovers not really in a position to take it. They get that. Did burn the Cull in the process. Here we go. Going for the curse. Gets a 3-man lockdown. Where's the crescendo? Tidal wave knocking them back. Crescendo wasn't too bad there. Uzumi actually getting focused. Not the best choice. Mr. Benz gets taken out there, and meanwhile Rigger's pretty low, but Lockie gets taken out by Rusty Spork. Meanwhile, Mayushi and Montreal getting destroyed here as Uzumi is tanking through this, gets a kill, but as a psychologist doing a lot of damage, and Rhymy is tanking through everything here.
I'd say having no issues during that team fight. That was crazy. The curse did land, followed up by the crescendo, but it didn't really matter because the backline of Leftovers was so far back. Montreal was back, Lockie was back. They weren't within range to do enough damage for it to actually matter.
It was only a 2-man crescendo as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was only 2 or 3-man crescendo. It wasn't really the best fight they needed it. And then just the engage potential coming out from Celly and the Steeds was too much. We saw Celly Berry managing to lock onto Lockie and land that assaulted battery that shut him down, and then after that Montreal got put out of position and also got taken down. It's not able to kite away.
It was a flash crescendo and a flash curse used all at the same time, but yeah, they did land it. But there's no follow-up, like there was no AD, there's no one else damaging the stunned unit, so it was unfortunate they split away from Caitlyn. Both of them get taken out almost immediately, and then Yuzume and Lockie was then faced to defend Montreal, and she could only hit Celly Berry, who was the most safest safest person within range at the time.
Yeah, look, I'm definitely leaning towards the team coming out of Celly and the Steeds. It just seems like their engage potential and the damage output that they have, given how fed Rhymi is, given the damage coming out from a Rusty Spork after completing that Trinity Force, getting a BF sword as well is just too much for the Leftovers to handle. Despite their CC lockdown, it really doesn't matter because just tanky backlines coming out from Celly and the Steeds are just going to come in. They're going to engage and they're going to roll over Montreal. They're going to roll over the damage coming out from Montreal and Lockheed.
Well, I think Leftovers, they really do have the potential to sort of absolutely destroy these team fights, but they just aren't landing all of their CS, or at least not landing it with good positioning for the follow-up. So I think the team fights could go either way if Leftovers can sort of land their wombo combo, but they just aren't. The positioning and the decision making is sort of too good for Celly and the Steeds.
Yeah, it looks like Montreal was picking up a last whisper there. This will be very handy for the next team fight since there's so much armor coming out from the red team, from Celly and the Steeds, and it will just make AA's much more beneficial. She's only really hitting the tanks anyway because the team isn't able to get past the tanks and get the rest of them. So, missing the bandage toss there.
Rhymi actually is just ripping through Mayushi. He may even get the kill. Has to burn the curse, but meanwhile in the middle lane actually, Lockie almost getting caught. Crescendo, nice disengage, but will it be enough here? Mr. Benz is getting focused. Nice Aqua Prism. Montreal having to burn the barrier in that one.
Rhymi actually secured the kill down the bottom, and Lockie slaying Celly over the wall. But yeah, Rhymi falling absolutely out of control, getting the Dragon's Descent kill onto Mayushi. I don't think they realized, what? We can't take her 2v1? No, you cannot. She is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, she sure is. She just has so much CS, 250 CS with almost 12,000 gold because of those 5 kills as well. Rhymi getting pretty low. Uzumi going in doesn't quite find the red buff here, but look at the cleavers, they're so powerful. And even Lockie moving in too. Rhymi may have to burn his Dragon's Descent to escape from that one. Psychologist though won't be so lucky here. He's going to get taken now, but maybe get Lockie beforehand. Nope, almost.
Very, very unfortunate, almost securing the kill. Surprised we didn't actually see, no, Inferno Bomb was of course on cooldown.
Actually, they may just go for Baron here. It is 5 versus 3 with, I think Cellyberry just respawning, but this is incredibly risky as the rest of the team is moving in. And without Mayushi, they just don't have a lot of damage. They can't really take this Baron down before Celly and Steeds actually move in. Rusty Spork is nearby, has his culling very, very soon. Cellyberry moving in, has the smite as well. They're trying to lock them down here, and there's Cellyberry and the culling. She gets it with the smite. That is a huge victory there, but where is the follow-up damage from Celly and the Steeds? Rusty actually jumping over the wall. We'll get focused down. Dragon's Descent into the Baron pit here. She's going to rock this team fight. Nice tidal wave, only hit Uzumi though. So getting the Baron. Rhymi though still.
Rhymi wants to get out of there, but a Rusty Spork doing damage over the wall.
What?
And Mayushi may actually get caught out here.
Nope, almost got a triple kill with the Flames Breath. That was so close. Ace will be fired. Won't get a kill though, but look how low Leftovers are.
That's really, really unfortunate for Rhymi here. She almost secured that triple kill. We did see the Dragon, the Baron steal, of course. That's nice.
Oh, Mega Bomb! Nope, didn't quite connect here. Rusty Spork may even finish off Montreal. But will she get almost? Damn, that was close.
Piercing Light was pretty much within range. I think he went a little bit too far up, but Uzumi, no buddy, you probably can't take both of them.
I reckon he could. He's pretty powerful. There is the sadism. He's going to be fine now. That's like Psychologist can burst him down, gets the kill. Probably the doubles or miss the cleaver. That is crucial for the slow. Acrobrism will knock him up. The cleaver hit though. The masochism may actually finish him off here. Cellyberry moving in. And that was almost a kill. If he landed that cleaver, he probably would have finished him off.
Completely forgot about cannibalism. That is just
sadism.
Well, sadism, of course. Yeah, you got health. I'm low on health. Not a problem. I'll get that straight back. We do see the Mikhail's Crucible being picked up onto Riggins Nami. That's going to be nice to kind of stop Rusty Spork or Ice Psychologist from getting locked down like we just saw then.
Well, he stops that like double crescendo sad mummy kind of lock-up CC, so it will definitely remove that. Even like the Mundo cleavers, which are so easy to land. If you land a first one, you're pretty much guaranteed to land a second one. So it could even help with that. And plus, it's a nice healing item as well. It's definitely cool. But Ascension's Talisman of Ascension coming out. We'll be probably seeing that for a bit of a chase or a disengage. It's most common usage, but only 3 members, I believe, of selling the Steeds, which have Baron upon them since 2 of them died in the Baron skirmish beforehand, one of them being Rhymi and the other being Celly Berry, I believe. Yes, she does not have the Baron, but she did get the steal, so it was awesome.
I do quite like how we do see the Talisman of Ascension, or getting the Dragon as well, so another victory there for Celly and Steeds, because like with the Talisman of Ascension for the extra speed, it makes it a lot easier for them to get in position to land the Crescendo, the Curse, the Barrel Toss, but also to capitalize on that heavy CC.
It's also great on the side of Celly and the Steeds because they just want that engage potential. They want to be able to get into the back lines of Leftovers and really have some nice engagement and some nice damage. So yeah, really good pickup on both ends. Something we've been seeing a lot, with a lot more mobile kind of team comps coming out post patches.
So yeah, Caitlin's get that last whisper now. So I'm not sure if she had it in the last team fight. I don't believe she did.
I think so.
She did in the Baron fight.
Didn't she? I thought you
I
said
think
it.
she might have.
She was still.
Anyway.
I thought she was still building it. But yeah. Anyway, that last whisper's going to come hopefully more handy. But yeah, the Void stuff coming out with Ziggs. I just believe he bought it right before it happened, so he only got that Inferno bomb coming in. But he did come into the pit and die. So
Wow, they're almost half healthing Montreal. So Ziggs here, Psychologist, definitely having a lot of damage. 417 AP, but with the cooldown reduction, the magic pen as well from Void Staff and the Source Boots.
Yep. It's gonna be very powerful, especially yep. So there's the Aegis coming out onto Sona and plus the AoE.
Oh, he flashed for it, but he didn't land the bandage. That is a wasted flash there, huge blow. But he still wants to land the Curse and that Crescendo, but won't be able to for now.
Just too far away. The rest of his team is not in position either. And we have Lime as well, going to be pushing down that top tower. I think probably going to secure it as well.
Yeah, he's just so good at split pushing. He's been doing that consistently throughout this game. That is his third tower. He's a split push by himself.
Celly and Steeds really good at keeping pressure on either side of the map. They can apply it up the top and then also apply it down bottom. But a lot to get hit by that Aqua Prism there. But yeah, Raimi winning these duels against
May even kill him despite this hasn't been popped Ignite. Will slow him down, but actually Montreal got boosted down there. Not sure how exactly, but Uzumi is barely holding on. Now it is a 3v4. So Celly and Steeds can probably push this tower down. Oh, actually, that's a nice explosive cast. Psychologist make it focus. Tidal Wave will knock them back for now. Their Crescendo completely missed Curse, only hitting Rigid. Rusty Sporker moving in with the culling. May finish off Mayushi. They're pretty damn low. But nice explosive cast, but not enough follow-up.
Yeah, very, very low in that bottom lane. I think they may manage to push this in-hit turret, and then they're probably going to have to back off, because we have to remember, Mayushi will be back very, very soon.
Oh, missing that Acro Prism. That is very uncharacteristic here for our support Rigid. The inhib may be next here. Pretty big blow if they can, but Loki and Mayushi full health here, and actually using Talisman to disengage with that nice Aqua Prism.
Red team doing a great job. Celly and the Steeds doing a great job in taking that two turrets there, and unfortunately did not get the inhibitor. But if they did stick around, they could have thrown it there. But it's still pretty close. Like, right? Well, actually, no, it's not. It's 9k gold difference, 8k gold difference right now. So it's
yeah, it's definitely starting to lean in the favour of Celly and the Steeds. They just had such great pressure, good split pushing, and they've had such awesome dragon control as well as the fact they stole the Baron earlier has just really, really extended their gold lead, as well as, you know, having pretty much CS advantage across the board, especially in that mid lane.
300.
Yeah, especially in that mid lane. Yeah, 60 CS advantage for Psychologists.
Yeah, I think Leftovers, they do have sort of the CC potential, but Celly and Steeds just have too much damage. They're just sort of sniping and bursting people down with they're really sort of crazy burst potential. So I think at this stage it's kind of over, unless Leftovers can win a Baron fight and that can turn things around. But other than that, it's definitely not looking too good here, as Raimi is trying to catch down Montreal by the looks of it. But Baron is spawning in 50 seconds.
Yeah, we should see the team start to position around there. Our Psychologist has picked up that Lichbane as well. Going to be nice for pushing. And that's exactly what they do want to be doing. They want to be pushing down the turrets, pushing down the inhibs. We'll have to see who decides to position around this Baron, whether we'll see Leftovers try and go for a bit of harass, go for the steal.
Now I'm getting a Majia's Soul Stealer.
What?
That's a very interesting item.
Okay.
She's not getting targeted very much in these fights though. She only gets targeted if she's like out of position or at the back of getting CC, but it's usually a Rusty Spork or Psychologist getting all the focus on them. But yeah.
Oh, Tidal Wave going in actually knocks out Montreal. That's going to be a dead Caitlyn. Crescendo being popped again, completely flopped there, as now they're going in with the Dragon's Descent and the Assault and Battery. Inferno Bomb picks up the kill onto Mr. Benz. Randy Wood's slowing down Lockie. Explosive cast may keep him alive for now. Uzumi, though, trying to take down Celly Berry. Mayushi as well is looking pretty strong here, but the red team, Celly, are just too tanky, too much damage. Can't get any kills in return. Uzumi getting knocked up by that Aqua Prism tower, got taken out in him, will be next surely. Lockie moving in, trying to land a barrel, but there's just too much damage and tankiness from the red team. Even Celly Belly with a fraction of his HP can't get taken out, though Reed has to flash for that one. Mayushi gets taken out by Rusty Sports. The Culling will rip through and actually get the kill onto Gragas here. Uzumi, that is your ace, and that'll probably be the game for this one.
I think it will indeed. Mr. Benz and Montreal are still down for the next 8 seconds, and that's just going to be too much for Leftovers to deal with. Celly and the Steeds are going to secure this game.
That was a great game. That was awesome. Oh, I really enjoyed Celly and the Steeds play. How they kept like transitioning from a bot lane. Like they put a lot of pressure on the bot and not really show that had Raimi in the top lane. And then as Leftovers started advancing on them, they disengaged, and then Raimi comes in the top lane, starts pressuring, and then down the bot lane, the rest of Celly and Steeds start also engaging upon Leftovers, trying to delay their disengage, so there's more pushing power in the top lane.
And just no one could 1v1 Rigid.
No.
Raimi. So they had to send 2 people, but they couldn't. They would have lost a tower either way. There was no way for them to keep a hold of those towers once it got to that stage.
So Shyvana's very powerful in these current patches.
Incredibly, especially if she gets a kind of a CS advantage. If you can't stop her from farming, if you can't stop Renekton from farming, they just turn into monsters. It's absolutely crazy.
That was
And I have to say, she did pick up a lot more damage than you normally see. I mean, obviously going for the Spirit Visage and the the Sunfire Cape, but also grabbing, the Trinity Force and starting off with that Blade of the Ruined King against Uzume on the Dr. Mundo was just a really fantastic pickup.
Because he doesn't have a lot of power at level 6 or even level 8. It doesn't really pick his power up until a bit later on in the mid game. So she went straight for that Blade of the Ruined King starting up item, and then started going from a resistance late game when it actually became more of a problem. So it was very smart, well played by Celly Berry and the Steeds.
Yes.
Selling the Steeds.
So I think that'll wrap this one up, and we should be moving on to game number 2 shortly, as this is actually a best of 3.
As all the pro games are. We'll see you soon.